everybody! Welcome
Hello.
to the episode where I record correctly
Whoa.
with the right microphone. Okay, are you at the start page?
I'm at the start page.
I'm gonna read your invitation to episode 4, okay? Let's go.
Okay.
Episode 4, Alliance of the Golden Witch. That's what this is called.
Okay.
Good morning. How shocking that you haven't been forced into surrender even now. By this point, even I am forced to expect a lot from you. Not all of the game takes place on the board. How about taking a little peek at the outside this time around? They say that if you know your enemy, you need not fight 100 battles. The difficulty level depends on you. The manner in which you fought up until now will greatly influence the difficulty of this game.
Wait, shit, we were playing a game? Whoops.
What, you didn't realize that?
Yep. Damn.
That's what me and you are doing.
You know, sometimes you just kind of forget. You know?
Okay, let's press OK. Let's press episode 4 at the same time.
Oh shit, wait, I already pressed episode 4.
Oh shit, okay.
Oh shit.
I'm pressing it now.
Alright, because there's like an opening scene, I forgot about that.
This story is very obviously fictional, fantastic in nature. Any resemblance to existing individuals, organizations, locations, or incidents is entirely coincidental.
October 4th, something. I forgot to read it. But it's the same day. Whoa, there's a plane. Whoa, dude. Whoa,
The
it's
first
shaking.
day, October 4th, 1986.
Damn. This looks really different now. It's like a new airport.
It's because we didn't have the sprites the last time we went to the airport, remember? That was like in the first few episodes of episode 1.
Yeah, okay, so this would have been like, if we did have the mod, then it would have been like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wah-ha-ha! You alright, Battler? We're already on the ground, and you can't fall any further than that. Oh. Wah-ha-ha-ha!
Fall, fall, fall. This is me?
This is me. In the lobby of the Nijima airport, Maria dashed around in excitement. Battler's uproar on the plane must have been hilarious.
Hey, Maria, cut that out. I'm sorry, Battler. Please don't take it badly. What a pathetic guy you are. Even with that huge body, you still can't handle vehicles. You freaking loser. Ah, shut up. All humans have one or two things they can't handle. Battler, why don't you come with your aunt on an overseas trip sometime soon? How about Europe? I'm sure you could manage a half-day trip on a plane. Stop it, mother. Battler's dislike for vehicles is probably genetic. What? Nah.
Oh, you mean Asumu?
For some reason, she just couldn't handle vehicles. Pretty much anything other than a bicycle or a car. Whenever we tried to go far away, that woman was so annoying with the, not this, not that, I'm scared, fall, fall. Yeah. She used to cough up blood.
Cough up blood just randomly?
Children tend to learn things their parents can't handle are dangerous. I'm sure Battler saw Sumu doing something like that, and I learned that vehicles are scary.
So it's Asumu's genes then, is it?
No, he just learned it, you dumbass. Who knows? Those would be some pretty annoying genes. That's enough talking about Asumu. Right now, you're the one who's here, right?
You're right. Sorry.
Yeah, stop bringing up my ex.
Hey, the cars are here. Exactly 3 of them. Get in, get in.
Fall, fall. Where's the parachute? Where's the parachute? Why, you little Hold on. Stop right there. I'll sentence you to the little girl tickle punishment. That's weird. Being in high spirits is such a wonderful thing. Without Butler and Maria, the atmosphere on that plane would have been pretty grim. Thanks. I'll assume you mean that literally. Hey, brats, the taxis are here. You can play around later. Why am I so constipated? Ooh, taxi. I'm getting in first. Hey, Maria, and you too, Butler, stop fooling around. You'll bump into someone.
The tone of Aunt Woza's voice grew a little frightening. When even Badwell realized that they were fooling around a bit too much, just as expected, he bumped into someone.
Oh, God. Oh, sorry. Butler, you guys are going in that car. You're keeping him waiting.
After George urged them to hurry on, Badwell apologized to the person he had bumped into and ran up to his parents, who were telling him to come quickly. With a clunking sound, the doors on the 3 taxis were shut one after another, and they departed for the harbor.
Wow. Pretty cool.
As the taxis dashed away, the entire world grew suddenly dull and slowed to a halt.
That's not how real life works.
Voices,
oh no, everything's grayscale.
the wind and even sound, all of it stopped, and all the people who are trying to move froze like the instant someone takes a photo, coming to a halt. People and machines and clock-hands, even the dust dancing in the wind were frozen. Some people who were walking froze with one leg still in the air. Scraps of paper dancing in the wind were pinned in midair, frozen in place. Then, among the shadows standing still in this unmoving world, a single one stirred.
It's Angus.
It was a girl. The girl Batwa had just bumped into. Though she had moved, it was a truly subtle thing. Her gaze dropped, her shoulders lowered a minuscule amount, and she sighed. That was all. In a normal world, that probably wouldn't even be taken as movement, but in this still world, it looked very out of place. Then something else moved. It was a black cat wandering around the shadows near the taxi rank. It came up right behind the girl, and leisurely changed its form into that of a human.
Okay, Professor McGonagall.
Yeah. This was no cat. It was a witch. Of course, the girl was also a witch. As the witch stood still, her gaze still downwards, she muttered,
I can't stop everyone from going to Wakajima, can I?
You cannot. On October 4, 1986, you are not here.
If I were, would stopping everyone really have been possible?
Well, I can't imagine what a 6-year-old girl could do to make them turn back. Still, that's right. If you were in this place, the probability wouldn't have been 0. Whenever there's a probability greater than 0, I can seek out a miracle.
If I hadn't been sick and they hadn't left me behind.
With her head facing downwards, the witch tightened her fists. They were trembling very slightly. You were sick in bed starting October 3, 1986, and Beato's game board sealed off starting October 4. You are not given a chance to avoid getting sick. In other words, it would normally be absolutely impossible for you to enter her game board.
Thanks for being patronizing. I know that just seeing Father, Mother, and Onicha unhealthy like this, even that alone, is a spectacular miracle.
Angie had tried to stand in the way of her family, attempting to stop them from leaving the airport. So that's why Battler ran into her.
Oh.
What?
That makes sense.
And heading towards Wakajima. However, it was impossible for her to exist in October 4, 1986, so she couldn't do it. Even though her brother had only bumped into her and apologized. Even though he hadn't realized that she was his sister. that she could cry.
Wow. Yeah, I guess it has some emotional significance. Sorry about the sarcasm. I won't waste the miracle you've given me.
I'm glad to hear it. Come, let us go with them to Rockanjima. All of the pieces are already gathered. The curtain will open on the 4th game. By this time, Beato and Battler will already be seated.
To Rockanjima, to where everyone's fate changes, the Rockanjima of October 4th, 1986. What happened on that day? I'll expose it, I'll learn what it is, and I'll bring them back.
As she stood there with her fists still clenched, she surely turned her face up to the heavens. A single teardrop from the depths of her eyes dripped down into the air. And when time started moving again, the two witches' figures were swallowed up by a blowing gale and erased in an instant.
Whoa!
This movie is memorial. What?
Dun dun dun! Dun dun dun! Shit, dude. This is a fucking amazingly animated opening.
Yes, they do. The Rondo of the Witch and Reasoning. Why couldn't the whole game have been like this?
Because then you wouldn't know what the fuck's going on most of the time.
I'd understand. I know what's going on.
Whoa. Magic circles. What the fuck?
I had a
Holy
magic circle
shit.
once. And you know what happened?
Look at that golden... Oh shit, I skipped it.
You've done that every single time.
Fuck! I don't know how.
It's because you keep your hand on the mouse, right?
Yeah, I should probably take it
your
off.
hand off the mouse. You've done that for everyone except for the first one.
God damn it. Oh, there are videos online about it.
Well, yeah, but they just don't get to see your reaction to it.
Shit.
Okay, it's over.
Probably didn't miss much.
What the fuck is this guy doing here? Jesus
Dude, what
Christ.
the
I
fuck?
wasn't expecting to do his voice so fucking early. God damn it. Okay. Good morning, m'lady. My, you do appear to be in a good mood. What a pleasant awakening you seem to have had. What do you mean, pleasant awakening? I was so excited I couldn't sleep a wink. After all, the curtain is rising on the fun 4th game. It seemed that she truly had been so excited that she hadn't gotten any sleep. Did she show absolutely no signs of lacking sleep because she was young or because she had the mind of a little kid? Ronove chose not to say that aloud, and laughed poo-coo-coo instead. I really ran that battler into the ground last time. Ah, the look on his face when he was like, "Oh, you tricked me! That was so pathetic!" Even so, is that guy still feeling down? Feeling down, you say? Well, that's right. That man's a bit too trusting for his age, isn't he? Indeed, although you should call that his charm. Boo-coo-coo. Ha 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 ha! Ain't it the truth, ain't it the truth? Well, speaking of which, didn't he totally fall for that one last time? Yes, totally and splendidly. You violated the purity of one never deceived since the time of his birth, as well as his rosebud-like innocence, all to your heart's content. Even the joy of dashing across a field covered with beautiful new snow on the winter morning and trampling it completely wouldn't even begin to compare. Didn't you take Battler's innocent heart, and quite thrillingly, splendidly, atrociously, mercilessly, and unculturedly go just a little too far? And you insulted him to the highest degree, enough to make one uneasy. Most people would be so crushed after something like that. Boo-coo-coo-coo-coo. So much so that they wouldn't want to see your face ever again. I know that much. I also, thought that if he was too disheartened to join us at the table, even though the fourth game is finally starting, that would be such a pain. So I came to you, thinking that it would be better to prepare a countermeasure for that case beforehand. In that case, perhaps it would be best to prepare such a countermeasure. I am sad to say that your North Wind and the Sun strategy gave Battler quite a shock. Oh? A shock, you say? How bad of one? Beato lowered her voice slightly, asking timidly. Ronove followed suit and lowered his voice in the same way. In truth, he has been crouching and clutching at his knee for some time now. I spoke to him several times, but he did not answer. I also brought him some food, but he never even touched it. That is troublesome. Is he really feeling that down? Poo-coo-coo-coo-coo. It is only natural. After all, you thoroughly beat him down, m'lady. That would make most people start to distrust humans. Huh, distrust of humans, how convenient. Let him give up on humans and trust witches. Oh. Sorry, I shouldn't fool around too much. Beato tried to joke about it, but the situation seemed to be quite serious, so that even she took the hint and hid her laughter. Is it really that serious? Should we just wait a little longer before beginning the fourth game? Lady Berncastle's guests will be arriving, so it may be best to open the fourth game quickly. However, perhaps you ought to show a little concern for Battler's feelings, m'lady. Concern? Show concern, you say? How should I do that? He is feeling down, so... That's right, shall I cheer him up? When a person's heart is dark and closed off, interacting with them in a dark manner gains you nothing. Your only option is to shine with a brightness stronger than the dark.
Damn it! Quit messing around!
Yeah, Battler, over here. A croissant baked by Ronove would be wasted on the likes of you. Why don't I enjoy it myself? Battler's stomach involuntarily growled at the fragrant smell of the croissant. His breakfast plate was empty, but Battler hadn't eaten any of it. The biggest glutton of the 7 Sisters of Purgatory, Beelzebub, had waited for Ronove to leave and then had come to snatch the food away. Battler had noticed, and they'd been really noisy ever since. Even though Beelzebub only had to give it back immediately or else throw it into her own mouth right away, she intentionally ran around in circles, making fun of Battler.
Give my breakfast back, damn it. If you give it back now, I'll let you off with a single flick to the forehead. But just you try eating it. I'll fucking kill you.
What, are you gonna eat me up instead? Yeah, if you think you can, just try it. I'll bet I'll be as sweet as honey pancakes. Yeah.
Gotcha. Right now I want to eat that bread even more than your thighs. Be a good girl and give it here. Sustenance. So you resist until the end.
Oh, goo. No way, I won't give it to you. Even the croissant wants me to eat it. Yay, yahoo, good morning, Battler! Are you still moping so early in the morning? It's the beginning of a new day and a new game, so let's get our spirits up! She flung the door open, like a marathon runner drawn on a certain caramel box with her hands held something.
Hands held in an idiotic cheeriness, Beato.
In an idiotic cheeriness. Beato appeared. For some reason, flags from around the world and confetti scattered about, perfectly completing this magnificent entrance. Battler and Beelzebub, who had been fighting over the croissant, completely forgot about their argument, speechless. Good morning, Beatrice. I'll just be on my way now. Here, Battler, say ah.
Hey, morning, Beato. Glad to see you're cheery this morning.
Beato and Battler looked at each other. It seemed neither had a clue what was going on with the other. Battler, what's going on? Ronove, he looks totally fine, doesn't he? He isn't clutching his knees, and so he isn't doing something else. Wait a sec, he was even in the middle of eating? Boo-goo-goo-goo. No, he was sleeping like a baby in his futon, clutching his knees. I informed him that it was time to wake up, but he just wouldn't rise. I tried to feed him, but it seems that a naughty cat wandered in and prevented that. Boo-goo-goo, boo-goo-goo-goo-goo-goo. Gwah! You tricked me!
You should talk. Weren't you the one who played that massive trick last time? I don't have a clue what's going on, but it looks like you got what you deserved. By the way, Ronove, nice one.
Boo-goo-goo-goo. Thank you very much, Battler. The two men stuck their thumbs up their asses.
No.
The two men stuck up their thumbs as though they understood each other, chuckling together. For a while, Beato was very energetic, trying to hide her embarrassment.
Dude, I thought she was the evil witch lady. I thought she didn't get embarrassed. I thought that was just a face. Heh, don't take me so lightly. Did you really think I'd still be hiding in a corner, holding my knees?
Haha, then who was that person crying their eyes out in frustration last time? You could have gathered your tears in a jar and called it face lotion.
Shut up. That was just because I was a little surprised by your crappy act. I might have looked like a little lame, but don't think the same move will work twice. Now I know that you're evil.
Of course not, and don't disappoint me by falling for the same move over and over again, okay?
Yeah, just you watch. I'll show you that I'm a guy who gets stronger every time he's beaten down. But Beato.
Yes, what?
Don't do it again.
Oh, shit. Huh? Why is that? So you really are weak against a rear attack.
You and I are enemies, and will certainly never join forces. I now understand that clearly. So don't you ever try to trick me about that fact again.
You say that, but knowing your weaknesses, Beato thought they were still joking around, but that tone had disappeared from Battler's expression some time ago. Beato felt as though his eyes were like the surface of black tea that had cooled down.
You hear me? Don't do it again, you bitch.
I don't get it. I might do it again when you've forgotten, right?
Don't do it again. Last warning.
Pierced by a strong and forceful gaze, Beato held her tongue. Maybe she was certain that Battler would break that silence with laughter. However, Beato's serious expression didn't change in the slightest. So, to break that silence, Beato had no choice but to start laughing to herself. Very well, you and I are worthy opponents. No matter how friendly our relationship, we'll never be anything more than a pair of enemies. If you have not mistaken this, that is enough for me.
That's right. I almost forgot you were my enemy for a second there. I won't embarrass myself like that again. I won't fall for your rear attack again. Never again.
One thing that really made that whole thing more believable was that in the third episode there was a new enemy, and that was Ava. Beatrice, and it was like you were fighting Ava Beatrice with the normal Beatrice.
Yeah, it's like this trick has been played like so many times. And also she talked to her teacher and was like, dude, my fucking, like, the new Beatrice is like kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, you gotta work together. Basically the feel that I got with that was like, you gotta work with Battler. Like, that's the feeling I got from it.
Yeah, with Beatrice, you mean.
Yeah. I don't fucking know.
It seems I'm not the only one who cannot wait for the fourth game. I'm pleased, Battler. Come, take your seat.
Yep, just how I like it. Clever little tricks won't work anymore.
Stop acting so tough. You remain in a state of surrender for the last mystery in the previous game, the mystery of Nanjo's murder.
My answer for that one's still on hold for now, but that doesn't mean that I've lost heart. I'll definitely break your red truth and show that I can deny witches.
Humph, a commendable attitude. You truly are a man like a phoenix. Don't betray my expectations. With that, let us raise the curtains on the fourth game. But before that, it seems we must welcome a new guest.
A guest? You
remember as well, correct? That mystery girl who appeared at the very end of the last game without an invitation, ruining my fun.
That person. She's pretty hot.
She says she wants to join our game. I sent her an official invitation, inviting her to join this match. Ronove, summon our guest.
There's no need. I'm already here. I've been listening the entire time.
The voice that answered Beato's call came from the darkness in a corner of the room.
Wow, so edgy.
When Battler turned around in surprise, he could now see that mystery girl there. My, how rude. All you had to do was greet us as soon as you arrived.
I don't make a habit of talking to people before punching them. After I punch is a different story though.
Oh, and what would you say?
Good night. Have a nice dream.
How amusing. How truly amusing. Beato cackled and clapped her hands. But that was only Beato, and nothing rose to Battler's face except a bitter smile.
Phew. You sure are a fighter.
Battler and the girl's eyes met, and he shrugged his shoulders as he spoke. But the girl didn't answer, giving only a cold stare in return.
You helped me out at the end of the last game. Thanks for that. I don't need your gratitude. You were just slacking off. I only told you to open your eyes.
That's so true. Stop slacking off, Battler. Beato tried to laugh as though sympathizing with her, but it didn't reach the girl's ears. She did absolutely nothing except stare at Battler with ice-cold eyes.
Well, it looks like someone hates me. I'm just annoyed that you aren't taking this fight seriously. Are you saying I'm not serious about this? Don't tell me that travesty years earlier was you being serious. Don't take me for a fool. How long do you intend to play along with the witch's farce like this? I'm fighting Beato my own way, and doing it seriously, of course. Seriously, don't make me laugh. You keep on drinking tea and chatting with the witch for eternity, and call that fighting seriously. Keep the jokes to just your hairdo. Huh. Well, that's because I wasn't used to this witch's game in the beginning, and I've been through a lot of harsh stuff. Still, I'm finally starting to see how to fight, and I'm getting the knack of doing it. If the pathetic way I've been acting makes it look like I haven't been serious to you, you're just wrong.
Is that so?
Of course, I know I've got to close in a lot more before I can grab Beato by the collar and strangle her like a bitch she is. But no matter how long that distance may be, it's still finite. And in each game that passes, I'm steadily closing that distance step by step. No matter how long it takes, I'll close in on that witch, and I'll definitely checkmate her. It might take 1,000 years to use her phrase, but even so, I'll definitely win sooner or later. Why? Because I definitely won't accept losing. I definitely won't stop moving forward, closing in on her. In other words, there's just one thing I can say for sure. I will definitely win against that witch someday. That's how it is. You really don't sound like you're in a hurry. Are you even trying to win? Even the finite can become endless if you treat it the wrong way. By now you've become an Achilles who couldn't even outstrip a turtle. I get it. So this is why I'm needed. At this rate, there's no way you could win against the endless witch, even after a billion years.
Poor battler.
Who are you? It's not like you'll be struck by lightning if you just tell me your name. Also, you're really hot.
At that point, the girl fell silent, gazing straight into Battler's eyes. At first, Battler faltered under the firmness of that look, and his gaze wavered slightly, but then his eyes gradually began to be sucked into the pupils that were staring at him. Then, inside those eyes, he saw a light that he'd seen some time before. Battler was struck by how strongly they resembled the eyes of a girl who definitely couldn't be here, even though that was completely impossible.
I know it's stupid, but for some reason it feels true to me. But that can't be right. That person's supposed to be fucking 6 years old. You couldn't possibly be Anji, could you? If I were to say that right, would you believe me? I'll put it another way. If I said I am your ally, so trust me, would you believe it? Would you unconditionally trust some unknown girl you're meeting for the first time just because she looks a little like someone you know? It's because you're such a softie that you got tricked so easily in the last game and cried so bitterly. You said it yourself, that kid is 6, right? Do I look like I'm 6? If I were to claim that I'm that kid despite that, would you just swallow that story? If you say it like that, there's no way I can argue back. Sorry. That's right, I am a softie. And that should have been made clear to me after the last game. Is that what you meant when you said I wasn't being serious? Yes. You might think you're fighting against a witch, but you're just getting along with her and playing. You're just playing at fighting in a friendly game of chess. It may be a serious contest for you two, but looking at it from far away, I can only see you playing around and following the rules like you're good friends. Hehe, that's harsh. But as long as you are unable to win at this game, you won't be released from this place. That's why I came. I came to bring this game to its conclusion. You claim that you're closing in on the witch, but you're just like a hamster running around in a wheel.
Oh, one of those? Those things that run around and around in place night after night?
At a glance, you might think that running around the wheel is endless. The endless witch Beatrice is just like you. He thinks he's fighting, but he's actually just running around in a wheel while making a fool of himself. This isn't a game. This is nothing more than a cage to shut them up in for all eternity.
Oh, you liken my endless to something like a wheel that a mouse plays in. Interesting. Interesting.
Something that's endless is a certain dimension that can be less than endless in a higher one. The fact that the Menger sponge has infinite surface area only matters in a world less than 3 dimensions. In the 3-dimensional world of reality, it has 0 mass. Not only is it not endless, it doesn't even exist.
What an assertive woman. It seems you are worthy of being called my enemy.
Who are you? I am your ally and an enemy of witches. Of course, you don't have to believe it. No one can prove that I really am your ally. On the contrary, it is more desirable that you keep your guard up strongly enough to find me very suspicious. That's right. Last time ended up pretty bad. I've got to be at least that careful. I don't plan on getting tricked twice.
Beato laughed in a truly pleased way, which was humiliating only to Battler.
People don't just get tricked out of the blue. That only happens when people fail to check things for themselves and leave it to other people. Saying that you thought the light had turned green just because you saw other people start crossing doesn't count as an excuse for getting into an accident. Get it? Yeah, I get it. You're telling me not to swallow information given to me by others, but to think for myself. In the past, I swallowed all the magic Beatrice showed me. I stopped thinking, so I was useless.
Battler grimaced as he remembered his many painful losses.
Many painful losses.
The witch watched and laughed again, putting on a bold appearance. Ha 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 ha!
I'll offer you advice in a way that works to your advantage. Of course, you shouldn't swallow everything I say, because no one can provide certain proof that I'm your ally.
And this is you.
In the last game, Virgilia, who I thought was an ally, was actually on the witch's side.
Battler couldn't rid his head of that eerie smile worn by Virgilia, a person he'd once even thought of as trustworthy and reliable.
So I don't need you to unconditionally trust me. You might as well take my advice as nothing more than an opinion to be considered. After all, the player who's fighting the game against the witch is you. That's right. Saying I lost because I followed the moves of an outsider would just be too pathetic of an excuse.
Oh yes, my opponent is Battler. You are nothing more than an outsider. You should bear that in mind. Ha 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 ha!
No, I'm not an outsider. With Beatrice and Ushirimi a battler, and I who gaze down from above, it's almost like a fight in the shape of a triangle. At a glance, I might not look like a united front, but having a united front doesn't necessarily mean fighting together.
Huh. What an odd thing to say.
Just now he described fighting with you as closing the distance. But you can't measure distance with a single eye, only with dual things visible in 3 dimensions, and only then can distance be judged. And even when you have 2 fields of vision, it's pointless if they're in the same place. You can pin down witches more accurately when they're far apart. Shooting from different positions and different angles, so basically it's crossfire. Heh, interesting. We're shooting from different positions and different angles, so I won't get along with everybody. That's how I'll keep my own position separate and catch the witch with a pincer attack.
Are you okay with this, Battler? This girl may actually be an ambush I set up, right? She might just be saying something plausible to gain your trust, right?
Maybe. She's been saying that over and over again herself, so of course I can't blindly accept her advice. But as to whether she's worthy of trust or not, I can think for myself and make a decision. As long as I don't stop thinking for myself, I won't be tricked by anyone again.
Ha 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 ha! What confidence, Ushiromiya, Battler. After you've said so much, it makes me want to trick you all over again, you see? I can't wait to see what kind of face you'll make when you realize you've been duped once more. How pleasant.
It looks like you know my name, but I don't know yours. Tell me.
For a while, the girl remained silent, without changing her expression even once. She looked as though she couldn't decide whether to say her name or not, or possibly as though she was deciding on the name she'd say on the spot.
Gretel. Ghetto. You are. That's my name, dumbass. Call me Gretel. Then should I call myself Hansel? Just kidding. I'm assuming a battler. Call me Battler. but I mean, if you want, you can call me Hansel. Nice to meet you. I hate handshakes. Don't take it personally. You're just very dirty. Ah, really? Sorry. After all, it isn't certain that you're my ally. And you just told me to keep my guard up, too.
Battler drew back his right hand, which he had stuck out. His bitter smile disappeared, and was replaced with a strong resolve directed at this new 4th game.
Battler, think deeply about why you must win against this witch. You can't stop with something abstract like, I'll beat her because I don't like it. Have a deep conviction that you'll definitely defeat the witch and escape from this world. Because there is definitely someone waiting for you to come back, for that kid's sake as well.
Maybe there was something she wanted to say. Gretel clenched her fists in front of her chest and hung her head in silence, at a loss for words for a short while. As though smashing through that silence, Beato spoke up in a forceful voice. Good. That should be enough of an introduction for Gretel or whoever. Come, try to remember what happened on October 4. Let the curtain open on the fourth game. At the same time, as though it had been blown by a sudden gust of wind, the clock that had been turned back to October 4th, 1986, started to move.
Whoa! Let's do the time warp again.
While we remained in the witch's tea room, this is Badler.
While we remained in the witch's tea room, the blue-gray sea and the green Rockinjima spread out beneath us, and we could all see a boat heading there, its wake trailing behind it. The sky was already cloudy, and it seemed that the barrier of the typhoon would soon shut the island away. But then, Goda appeared. What the fuck?
Goda appeared out of nowhere. Hello, Badler, Beatrice, and Gretel.
Hello, everyone.
I think this might still be Badler.
Oh yeah, there was a boat docking the harbor and Goda helping to unload it. Then, once all of its passengers had disembarked, the boat began to separate from the shoreline. The relatives were gradually swallowed up by the island. Aha! Looks like you're just as cheery as ever, Maria. Oh my god. Maria, you'll trip if you aren't careful. Look out. What the fuck? Ooh. Gonna fall, sink. The long-missed cousins I had loved dashed across the beach, getting swallowed by the forest path.
Oh, this isn't Badler. This is
no.
Anji.
Okay. The long-missed cousins I had loved dashed across the beach, getting swallowed by that forest patch that led to the mansion and disappeared. And of course, Oni-chan could be seen among them too. Damn it! Stop right there, Maria. You nimble little brat. I'll fucking choke you. God, fuck. Lord. Maria, whom I love, started dashing, and Oni-chan chased after her. They were swallowed up by the forest and died. Following them, father and mother were also swallowed up.
Aww.
Then Hideyoshi, then Eva, then Rosa. The rest of the parents were swallowed up. They were swallowed up, leaving only me behind.
Aww.
Dumbass. How long are you going to joke around and play with a witch in a place like this? Come back quickly, Oni-chan. Don't leave me all alone. And realize how cruel and lonely the world I'm isolated in is.
We got an achievement. Welcome to Rockinjima, the island you all know and love.
Hey, I do love this island. It's pretty good.
So what do you think of that one?
I think it's pretty cool that now we have like another character who's kind of like outside. I like the interaction between like
Angie's future, St. Lucia Academy after 1986.
Oh shit! So now we get to explore the outside world. Whoa, dude! Now this is a slice of life.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the end of that. You have anything you want to say before we quit?
Just that I will definitely beat this bitch of a witch. Fuck you, Beatrice.
Okay.
Also, my own sister's hot.
Got a hot voice.
Yeah, it's super hot. It's actually it's so hot.
Okay,
All
goodbye,
right.
everybody.
Goodbye.